Good evening, students. Under the topic Analysis and Interpretation of Financial Statements, let us take one more problem related with the comparative financial analysis. All of us know that the analysis of financial statement is a systematic process of critical evaluation of the financial information given in financial statements so that these informations may be understood properly. Though in technically there is difference between analysis and interpretation. Analysis is the first step while interpretation is the step thereafter. Analysis is a process of dividing complex data into simple and understandable group, while interpretation is a system of drawing conclusions on the basis of available data and their analysis. Before starting the question, just revise the financial statement analysis and their types. According to the nature, we can divide the analysis into two parts. The external analysis may include the investors, financial institutions, government agencies, and research scholars analysis. Those people who are not connected with the concern, but the analysis is done by the outsider is called the external analysis. Well, second one is the internal analysis. Internal analysis is naturally conducted by internal analysts such as executives, employees, internal auditors, etc. Analysis of financial statements for managerial purpose come under this category. Second is according to the objectives of the analysis. When we are doing the long-term analysis, this analysis is made in order to study the long-term solvency, liquidity, profitability, and financial position of a business concern. The short-term analysis, this is made to determine the short-term solvency, liquidity, profitability, and stability of a business concern. So here we will take a numerical related with the analysis where we have to study the analysis of financial statements and give our conclusion. As we can see, the 2 years data is information is given, 2013 to 14 and 2014 to 15. Revenue from operations, also called sales, is rupees 10 lakh and 8 lakh. Cost of goods sold is rupees 6 lakh and 4 lakh. Administrative, sales and distribution expenses are given, rupees 2 lakh, and in current year, rupees 1,40,000. Other income of the company is given, rupees 40,000 and rupees 20,000. Income tax paid, 1,20,000, that was in 2013, and in 2014, the income tax is rupees 1,40,000. Now, students, coming to the comparative income statement, we have to create 5 columns. First for the particular, second for the previous year, third column is for the current year. Then we have to make 2 changes. Fourth is for the absolute change and fifth is change in percentage. So we will start. The first particular is revenue from operation, that was 10 lakh and 8 lakh. So absolute is the difference between both revenues. So here we are getting 2 lakh as the absolute change. Now in percentage, we will use the formula absolute change, that is 2 lakh. That would be divided by the previous year figure, that is 10 lakh. So 2 lakh divided by 10 lakh into 100. So we are getting in percentage minus 20%. So it is showing that the sales is negative. Moving to other income. Last year other income is 4 lakh and this is 20 lakh. So absolute is showing the change, the difference, that is 20 lakh. Now coming to the percentage, while the change in percentage is absolute change 20,000 would be divided by 40 lakh into 100. So it will again showing the negative percentage, that is minus 50. Now what we have to do, we have to do the total revenue. We will plus both revenue from operations and other income. 10 lakh plus 40,000, 10 lakh 40,000 8 lakh plus 20,000, so it is 8 lakh 20,000. Sorry, these were 20,000, okay, not 4 lakh and 20 lakh, 20,000 and 40,000. So we have added these. Now 2 lakh plus 20,000, so here we are getting 2 lakh 20,000, the total revenue. Now moving to the percentage, this 20 minus 21.1 we obtained from, again applying the formula, that was the absolute change. 2 lakh 20,000 would be divided by 10 lakh 40,000 into 100. So again you can see in percentage we are getting the negative answer. Now from this revenue we have to less the expenses. Now expenses, first expenses is the cost of goods sold. Okay, 6 lakh and 4 lakh we will enter here. Now the absolute change, 6 lakh minus 4 lakh, that is coming rupees 2 lakh. Now this minus 33 we got from the formula, that was 2 lakh divided by 6 lakh into 100. Okay, so again you can see there is a negative sign in the case of cost of goods sold. Moving to the next slide, students. Now let's take the next expenses. Now you can see there is a expenses related with administrative, selling and distribution, rupees 2 lakh and 1 lakh 40,000. For getting the absolute one, what we have to do, we will subtract 2 lakh minus 1 lakh 40,000. So we will get the 60,000, the absolute change. Coming to the changes in percentage. So here, according to the formula, what we have to do, the 60,000 would divided by the previous year figure, that was 2 lakh into 100. Again, you can see in the case of administration, selling and distribution expenses, we are getting the percentage in minus 30. Now total expenses, what we have to do here, we will take the total of both cost of goods sold plus administrative and selling expenses. While adding both items, we will get 8 lakh plus 5 lakh 40,000 here. Okay, what we did, we have to add the cost of goods sold, okay, plus we have to add the official selling administrative expenses. Here it comes 8 lakh and here it comes 5 lakh 40,000. And 2 lakh plus 60,000, 2 lakh 60,000. Now for the percentage, we have to again apply the formula. That is the absolute change, 2 lakh 60,000 would be divided by 8 lakh into 100. So here we are getting in minus 32.5. Now the another data that was given, that was profit before tax. Okay, now what we have to do, students, because in the question we have to take the tax also. Okay, in the particulars there was, in the particulars you can see all the incomes we have taken the revenue as well as the expenses. Now what we have to compute, we will compute the PBT. This is the profit before tax. Okay, for profit before tax, what we have to do, just add minus total revenue minus total expenses. Okay, you will get the profit before tax, 2 lakh 40,000. Okay, here in the previous year total revenue is 10 lakh 40,000. Now from this you have to minus total expenses, that is 8 lakh. So PBT is coming rupees 2 lakh 40,000. Okay, now move to the current year. The total revenue is here 8 lakh 20,000 and the total of expenses is given 5 lakh 40,000. So after subtracting, we are getting 2 lakh 80,000 profit before tax. Okay, now this is the difference, again total revenue minus total expenses, we are getting 40,000. Now for this, students, you are supposed to apply the formula. Which formula? Again that absolute divided by previous amount. So here we will take the amount of total, 40,000 would be divided by 2 lakh 40,000 into 100. So what we are getting, 16.67 percentage, and this is the percentage of PBT. Okay, now from profit before taxes, now what we have to do, now you will less the tax from this. Okay, and the amount is already given, so you have to take 1,20,000 for the current year, for previous year, and rupees 1,40,000 for the current year. Okay, now 120 minus 140, you are getting the absolute change 20,000. Okay, and again apply the formula, 20,000 divided by previous figure 1,20,000 into 100. That is means again you are getting in percentage 16.67. That is the percentage. Now after minus, doing the minus from PBT, you will deduct the tax. 2,40,000 minus 1,20,000. Previous year profit after tax is we are getting rupees 1,20,000. In the current year PBT was 280,000. Now less 1,40,000 tax from this, you are getting profit after tax 1,40,000. Okay, and here 40,000 minus 20,000, 20,000. This is the absolute change. And here you are not supposed to subtract. Okay, 16.67 minus 16.7 will not be followed here. Again you have to apply the formula for this percentage. 20,000 divided by 1,20,000 into 100. So here we are getting 16.67 percentage. This is the percentage of profit after tax. Okay, in short students, what we have to do, we have to take the total revenues. Okay, and from this revenue we are supposed to minus the total expenses, and afterwards finally this PBT will be decided, and from this PBT we will less the taxation, and this amount is called the profit after tax. Well students, here what picture we got, that you can see that in many cases we have seen the negative impact. Here the sales is in minus comparative to the previous year. Total revenue is also minus. Okay, cost of goods we are getting maximum things in negative form. So you can say that the financial position of the company is not satisfactory. It is not healthier. The company should control the expenses, okay, to increase the revenue.